Alright guys, welcome back to another segment of Beyond the Horrors Ball. And I guess we all need to say Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Right?
Merry Christmas.
It is Christmas time.
Happy holidays.
We're saving back
Happy
this
holidays.
segment for Christmas. And we're going to talk all about Christmas films. First, we're going to start off with Christmas horror films and then go into regular horror films. But, first off, we have to get to important matters. And this is something none of us has tried. Only, I believe, you're going to try this?
I don't have a glass. But
Go get a glass. Go grab a glass.
Go.
I'll get it.
Right by the sink on the right side.
This is live television.
Yeah, we're doing it live. We don't care. This is called Dragon's Milk.
He's not making that up. It's really called that.
I mean, like, very prestigious looking bottle. Like, look at the foil there.
It's
how they
classier than it
form.
sounds.
The Goblet of Fire.
Yeah. 10% alcohol. We're going to give this a shot here.
Drinking from the teeth.
Yes, we're drinking from the teeth
Of the dragon.
Squeeze it out.
Oh,
Yes.
that's why they breathe fire.
Oh, yeah. Nice and dark.
That's what she said.
So we're hoping you're having a great month of December.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy holidays.
Yeah, this is posting Christmas week, so I'm sure everybody's busy and in the holiday festive season. I know I have several films that I like to enjoy during the Christmas time, and we're going to discuss some of these. So,
What year is that? 1637?
No, 1621.
Whoa,
Oh,
very good year.
Yes. So,
Vintage.
Vintage.
Chars, my
Chars,
brother.
everybody.
Stars.
To
Happy
Dragon
holidays.
Teats.
And Christmas holidays.
Whoa. Just immediately, like the texture of that.
Yeah.
Mmm. That's a good taste.
Doesn't have the bite of the Yeti. It's
Interesting.
like, yeah, it's different.
Smooth.
Yeah, it's smooth.
It is very
Almost
smooth.
kind of like a barley
Strong,
wine.
but
It's like a wine.
Yeah.
It's like a barley wine.
Yeah.
Really
I
good
can
though.
taste that.
Really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
It's
That's
like
good.
it's thick but not.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like a smooth thick, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Our adjectives are lacking right at this point in the evening, so
Smooth.
it's like really like thick and stuff.
Thick and smooth.
So, all right, let's start off with one that I actually reviewed last year. So, briefly talk about this. Mainly be you guys, because I already told my thoughts on this film last year. But it's one of my favorite Christmas horror films. It's become actually probably my favorite one overall, and it is Christmas Evil. I just love this film so much, man. I love
Really
it
dark
more and
film
more.
too.
Very
Yeah.
dark.
Like it's got cheese elements, but it's really
The
dark.
undertone is very, very dark.
Yeah,
Love the ending.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because I mean, especially it's like a very awkward, socially awkward guy, and it's like with social networking and the internet, how it's made people more and more socially awkward. Like you kind of see this being even more relevant nowadays.
Yeah,
in a
Because
way,
people can't communicate now.
Yeah, and it kind of like plays into this.
Yeah, that's
He's
a good
very
point.
socially awkward.
Yeah.
And I mean,
I love that.
the ending. You can say what you want about the ending. Like some people love it, some people can't stand it. I like it just because it's
Who wouldn't
so
like that ending?
crazy.
Come on.
It's
I
just
love that
like.
ending.
It is crazy.
It's a very straightforward film, pretty much, until you get to the end, and you're like, "What?"
I like that.
But
Yeah.
I love it though myself.
I love the quote on it. Isn't John Waters' quote that like every kid should see this movie or something?
Yeah.
What's the quote?
Yeah, and
on
also
it?
the greatest Christmas movie ever made. But yeah, it's different. But
Something like that on the back. I think John Waters says every
yeah,
child
I
should
don't
be.
see it, but
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, Christmas Evil.
That's underrated too. I mean,
I
don't
think
a lot
it
of people
definitely
talk
is.
about
Yeah,
that.
and even a lot of people that do talk about it don't like it, but I don't know, man. I enjoy it for a Christmas movie. I watch this usually at least twice during the Christmas season
I
myself.
think it's a must-have for a horror.
Yeah, like usually like right after Thanksgiving and right before Christmas. I usually
That's
watch
a good
it. I
one.
love it. I love that film. The only other one that I have here on DVD that I want to mention is one of the all-time classics, Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Oh,
Yes.
I love that one.
What I think of just with that, I think we talked about it's a flawed film, but what I love about is the Linnea Quigley
Yeah.
antler scene.
Yeah.
To me, it's worth it alone for that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It looks really great. And it's Quigley and boobs and
Oh,
antlers.
yeah.
Like
You can't go wrong with that.
And as it says here on the back, gratuitous sex, unspeakable gore, and a sadistic serial-killing Santa.
That's a fun one too.
it is
Yeah,
fun.
it is. And I mean, despite that, I totally agree with that, with what you said about the antler scene and it being fun, but I've never really been a big fan of this film. Like, I like it, but this is not one that I really go back and watch too often myself, just personally. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I like it. I respect it as a slasher, original, but you know, and plus the controversy it caused. I mean, it's hard to deny that, but you know, I don't.
It's
know.
still a fun movie. It's a good slasher.
It has like a grimy dirtiness feel to it, which I really
does. Yeah,
a sleazy.
It is
sleazy. That's what I really like, and I think it's like seeing that in a Christmas movie. It just has that dirty vibe, which I really like. That's why I like it.
I think I like part 2 even more, just because it's so much more cheesier. Eric Freeman's performance and just
I don't know,
fantastic. It's so ridiculously cheesy.
That part 2 is over the top. The garbage.
Yeah, it's so. Man, you have to say it's.
I love it.
Eric Freeman, man. That's all I have to say.
It's a flawed franchise, but I think it's entertaining.
It's fun.
And there aren't a lot of Christmas horror movies, unfortunately, and I think you just gotta have them.
Oh, without a doubt, it's a must own. Yeah,
all right, I had that version.
Yeah. Part 2 is definitely one to see, and I think it's really only found in multi-packs. Really.
Is that still for sale Christmas Eve?
Christmas Eve, yeah, Synapse.
Yeah,
Synapse has it. Yeah, it's
I want to buy that.
You can get on Amazon.
I mean, if not on Amazon, I mean, I'm sure you can still get it cheap on eBay. Yeah, Synapse put this out. It's a great release.
I need to get that official release.
No, actually, I don't.
I have
a copy.
That is my favorite.
Yes.
My favorite.
The original. Fuck the remix.
Yes.
Bob Clark, who
my gosh.
I did a previous show. That's actually my favorite all-time slasher that isn't Halloween or Friday the 13th.
Oh, I
totally.
That's my number one.
You can't dispute that.
No way.
The atmosphere.
Oh my god.
You know,
very Christmas movie.
Feel, yeah.
Carols,
the
snow.
creepy guy calling on the phone over and over, and at first, you know, they think it's just a prank, then it gets like, oh
dark,
shit, it gets really creepy. And you know, like the whole doorway scene with him looking that is one of the most creepiest scenes in
I think one of the best
history.
scenes when they're yelling at her to get out of the house when they find out that the calls are being
inside.
When they first find John Saxon, who's great as always.
Oh yeah.
You know, when he first finds out that the calls are traced in the house. Like, when you watch it now, you're like, oh, that's not original because it's been duplicated
now
with Scream and just all those phone call movies.
Yeah.
But at the time, I would have loved to have seen that when it came out.
That freaked me out.
I mean, it blows me away now.
You can respect it because you know it first came, but to really experience it at the time would have been different.
Oh yeah.
Like how we experienced Blair Witch that really kicked off like the whole shot
found
video
footage.
Great example.
You know, like that's an example.
That was the phone call horror.
To go back to get in Doc Brown's time machine and go back and see
oh my gosh. That'd be like a. Imagine seeing it back then. It would just be like a shock.
Oh, incredible!
Olivia Hussey,
74.
the lead.
It's such a great film, man.
Oh man, she's amazing in that.
Hot as hell, but great. Like
she's a great actress.
Yeah.
Keira
Dalia.
Great.
Oh my,
really like
amazing performance.
Is how he slowly goes out of control as a boyfriend, you know.
And then all those red herrings, you know, like the Giallo style red herrings. I love that. It's played like a Giallo, but it also has that suspense.
Giallo.
Yeah, basically
brilliant
that's what it is.
Bob Clark's just a master.
Man,
I wish he was a master filmmaker.
He should get more respect, man.
R.I.P. man.
Totally,
exactly.
Bob Clark's
an all-time horror classic.
Car accident, he died.
So, is there any other horror Halloween or Christmas films you want to mention?
That's all I can.
I mean, there's one we need to talk about that none of us have seen. We just mentioned briefly off camera. It's called Elves, which is available for VHS PS, which I plan on picking up before the Christmas season. So maybe before this video airs, I have seen it. I don't know, but
I need to see it.
But just watch the trailer to it. It looks. I mean, oh my God, the trailer. It looks like a good cheese film.
There's a new one out too called Cadaver Christmas, which is an independent film. Looks really cool. It's got some great retro artwork. So hopefully maybe they'll end up on the Golden Horn Awards in the year. But so look out for that. You can get it. I think $15, $10 on Amazon. So.
Here's one. Rare Exports. I've always heard that.
I've seen it.
Great, bring that up. I love that.
I haven't seen that. Is it good?
It is a quirky film. It's a Norwegian film,
Norwegian.
I want to say. Really cool imagery.
Is it a horror film?
Yeah, one of those kind of, you know.
Subtle. Oh, okay, mixture.
It's a mixture, but yeah, definitely.
Is it dark too? Or?
It's dark, very fairy tale like.
Oh.
Really strange though.
Oh.
Great to bring that up because that's one that would be included.
Didn't that come out last year?
Yeah, last year. Yeah.
It's on Netflix too.
Yeah.
Okay,
So is it really?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Definitely check it out. It's not for everyone, but it's a unique Christmas dark horror.
Is it a slow burn?
Kind of, but it's just very strange.
All right.
As a young kid in the lead, it's quirky.
Cool.
You know, one I want to briefly mention isn't Christmas related at all, but I like to watch it around Christmas time is The Shining. Because it's, you know, it's winter time.
Yeah.
You know, that's one of those horror films to watch during the winter season when it's snowed
in.
And I always watch it throughout the winter season, but around Christmas it works also.
We all love wintry horror.
Yeah,
there isn't enough.
Frozen,
The Thing is one of my favorites. One of the best monster movies of all time.
Any of those type of Frozen, those Frozen films you can watch around Christmas time too, and they still work.
Yeah,
because it's always
Dead Snow is a good fun zombie.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that.
Cold Prey, which I know you became a fan of.
Such
one of my all-time favorites.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah, it's
another Norwegian film.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything that's snowy atmosphere. The weather itself automatically creates an atmosphere.
Yeah. Despite not being Christmas horror films,
it still works with that time.
Unless you live in like the hot weather areas, then.
So now we're going to get into more non-horror Christmas films that's some of our favorites, and I think
stuff that maybe we don't like. There's a couple that I really don't like.
Yeah,
and I'm kind of at a because I work in retail, so I automatically have grown to hate Christmas.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. I love the day itself, hanging out with your family, exchanging
friends.
gifts, but obviously this time of year
it's
sucks.
Stressful.
But yeah, let's get to
a lot of working hours,
and a lot of bad hours.
I've done liar before.
Oh. Yeah, I'm in a bad mood, but that's not what this is about. Me bitching about myself.
So first off, we have to talk about one of the all-time classics, if not the best Christmas film, definitely one of the top 2 or 3. I mean, I think all of us would probably agree is It's a Wonderful Life. Just such an amazing film. And the thing is, this isn't really a Christmas film because it's not based around Christmas. It happens at Christmas.
At the end.
I mean, it is, but it's not. Yeah,
it
really.
Could have been set any other time.
Yeah. This is the type of Christmas film you could watch any time of year, really. You know, because really only the end of it really happens around Christmas. The focus is around Christmas.
But it does have the winter aspect of it.
Yeah, it does.
The vibe.
It does. I mean, James Stewart, man, just
he's
one of the
great
greatest fucking actors
of all time.
I mean, their chemistry
is perfect. We were just talking earlier that how hot
she looks.
I think she's gorgeous in this role.
So amazing,
gorgeous.
And I mean, their chemistry on film.
It's
you
perfect.
Really believe
you think they're married?
Like especially the part where he comes up and she invites him in, where she breaks the record and they're arguing, but they grab each other and they kiss. And I mean, you really believe that they're that couple.
Can see that.
You know, I mean, you can see that they're that couple. Like it comes
off the screen.
One of my favorite scenes is when he's shit's really hit the fan. He comes home and the kids are like practicing the piano.
Yeah, stop it!
She's
Why
cooking.
do you always have to
He breaks. He starts throwing shit, and the son I think starts crying. And they all kind of like. That's a great touching scene, It
really is. Because it's so... I mean, to get that emotion out of a kid, too,
When they all just kind of say daddy and they start crying.
No, but that is good.
When he first realizes... That basically, I think, is the point where he realizes, I'm so screwed, I'm going to go kill myself. I think that's, you know what I mean?
That's the turning
point. When he apologizes to them before he leaves, at that point you can...
He's so down, though.
He knows that maybe he's going to go do it now. He's leaving them. That's a great
like when Donna Reed, is like, why must you do this? Why don't you?
Yeah.
She stops herself and he's just like...
He realizes that
I mean, man, you see it because, James Stewart really, ages throughout this film. Because he starts off, he looks young.
Young.
You think you're seeing his life, and, even the guy that plays him as a kid, the kid that plays him
looks just like James Stewart.
It does. You believe that's him, and then... You see him age up to this part where he's got bags under his eyes, his hair turns gray.
That's a great makeup.
Age him, much like Citizen Kane or something, where they age the character. It's just incredible, man.
Yeah, I can see that.
One of the all-time greatest Christmas films.
And an awesome message, too.
Yes, it really is, man.
Inspiring.
It's essentially, we kind of talk about in other videos, it's kind of a carpe diem. Just appreciate what you have.
Yeah.
Seize the day. You know what I mean?
Love your family. Love your family and your life.
Yeah.
Because they're always here for you.
Concentrate on what matters.
Exactly.
Really. I mean, because your family loves you and cares.
And I don't know if you guys have seen this Blu-ray, but I will speak so highly of this Blu-ray. I mean, it really is right up there with Psycho as one of the best black and white Blu-rays there is.
That's
really, it's fucking incredible, dude. Yeah.
Ooh.
I would probably say Psycho and then this right behind as far as black and white Blu-rays. Highly recommend this set. Just a great set they just released last year.
That's awesome.
Great set.
There's some classics that you
have
don't agree
that, man.
They're classics, but you're kind of like, eh. This is a classic for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
And the thing is, that movie was not. It was a failure when it came out, and you just can't even see
Much
it.
like the next one we'll probably talk
about. So the next one we have to talk about. Oh. This is my all-time favorite Christmas movie out of anything.
Me too.
It's the only one that can beat It's a Wonderful
Life.
I've seen it more than any other Christmas movie.
Yes.
Christmas Story.
Honestly, guys, I've seen this more than any other movie.
Yeah,
I think I have too.
Probably.
Which says a lot, being the big cinephiles that we are. I've seen this by far more than any other film.
The only one that might be close to this for me is Evil Dead, but I still think I've probably seen this more. And I have a little short story to this. Like, there was a year, like probably around 91, 92, where I just got real big into drums, and I wanted bongo drums for Christmas. Like, I got really huge wanting bongo drums. Really bizarre.
What? He's opening up tonight.
I heard about this.
Neither one of you
the
heard
Yeti's going through
and the thing is, with this film, during that year, I honestly, now this is honest God truth, I started December 1st, and I honestly watched this film every single day after school leading up to Christmas. Every day. 25 times in that 1 month.
Whoa!
Because I could totally relate to Ralphie. And I think everybody could growing up because, you know, you always want stuff for Christmas, and there's always that one item that you really want. And I could relate to that every year growing up, but this one year with the bongo drums, like I knew I was going to get it, you know, like I had that main thing, but it was like, am I going to really get it or not? Like, I don't know, man. That's like a really special year, and that's what really made this like one of my all-time favorite films. I mean, like Evil Dead, I always say is my all-time favorite film, but really, I could say this one too.
I don't know if I could disagree with that. I mean,
I know
the thing about this is kind of leaning with your point. It's the message. There's no sappy there's no not to call that sappy. It's Wonderful Life, but there's no like heartfelt message. There's no religious connotation. It's just all about Christmas as a kid and how you wanted that gift. And within that, there actually is heartfelt moments with your family. How he describes his parents and his brother.
Exactly. Everybody can identify.
Exactly. It doesn't. I don't think it gets enough credit because there's kind of like a lot of gag jokes in it, the tongue and the But within it, the story is so sincere and true. It's just about childhood and what Christmas really matters to a kid. Isn't about like religion and all that shit. It's about like wanting that gift.
That big gift,
and how like other friends might get their gift and you don't get
might not.
It's just such a great story.
The thing that I love too is it shows the innocence of being a kid. But it also isn't naive in showing kids as just being perfect. You know, kids are still flawed little shits. You know? And it shows come on, do it, smart.
And when he beats up Scut for
it's just as much about childhood as it is about Christmas. Exactly. It's a coming of age in a sense. When Ralphie does defend himself, it's actually very much about adolescence as opposed to Christmas.
And that's why it's also
I think that's what makes it.
Rat, bang, bang.
As much as we talked about in our top fives about quotable films, I mean, does anything beat this?
Yeah, I mean, everything.
Scene by scene, I mean.
Jeez.
And you know,
you never get
your eye out.
Is it TNT that plays it?
Oh, every year.
Yeah,
that's saying you never get sick of it.
I really don't.
I don't. I tune in every Christmas Eve.
I can seriously just turn this on the TV at Christmas time.
That's what we do. We leave it on.
And you know, I had the VHS growing up and broke, like, just burned it out, man. Like, seriously, like, I wore it out. I never had the DVD. I really don't think I had the DVD. Because during that period is when it went on the TBS, I watched it then. But picking up the Blu-ray, I picked this up and It's a Wonderful Life last year. Man, it looks so great on Blu-ray. Guys, pick this up. One of the best.
I need that edition.
It's so fucking great.
One thing I think we got to mention that probably doesn't get mentioned enough with this film is to me, he steals the show. That's Darren McGavin, the father. To me, he's the star of the film.
Oh, man.
He's awesome.
He's the star of the film.
I agree.
His performance is just
out of this
unbelievable.
Yeah.
He makes the film.
He does.
Not to take away from anyone else.
Such a great actor.
But the kid performances are good, too.
Ralphie's fantastic.
They're great.
But Darren McGavin to me is the star of the film.
But the thing is, too, it's like, this film has a magic about it because that family really feels
like a family.
A real family that you are seeing a time capsule of
their life.
I mean,
I see that.
You could not duplicate what this film is.
Bob Clark.
I mean, exactly.
Another.
We talked about how he did one of the best horror films all the time, and then he does this.
Completely
and they're Christmas films.
Exactly. That's why.
And they're two of the greatest
films.
He's made my favorite Christmas horror film. And my favorite Christmas film. And it's all about talented.
It's awesome.
Like,
how do you do that, man?
Completely opposite ends of the spectrum.
Bob
Clark, one of the greatest filmmakers of all time.
Rest in peace.
So that's it as far as DVDs and Blu-rays. What other great films do you guys like?
I'm gonna pick one that I dislike that I think most people consider a classic. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Really?
I love that.
Dislike that film.
Really?
Completely.
I like it. I don't love it, but I like it.
It annoys the shit out of me.
I love that movie.
I know a lot of people
love it. The
love
whole Christmas light scene, remember? I can't get it right.
Yeah, the Christmas light scene is great.
Yeah,
it's just one of those ones that just annoys the shit out of me.
Yeah. I can see that.
And I like the first National Lampoon's.
That's one I've never owned, man. I need to pick that up.
So what's one that you love?
Well, I love National Lampoon's Christmas. I mean, that's one I always watch during the season. Just because, I mean, I love Chevy Chase, and I mean, that whole atmosphere is like, I don't know, I can see that happening. Some of that stuff has happened, not in Christmas, but some of those things have happened within my family, just like mishaps.
Yeah.
And it's just, that makes it even funnier. And, well, you know, I mean, I don't know, it's just, and some members of my family, like Chevy Chase, kind of reminds me of my dad.
That's cool.
Yeah.
He does, just because, like, I mean, I don't know. We go on these road trips. I mean, this doesn't have to do with Christmas, but vacation, like, road trips are almost synonymous with Chevy Chase style.
Yeah,
just
that's cool, man.
And I don't know, that's why it's always held a close spot.
From knowing your dad, I can see that.
Can you see it?
Because your dad's just fun, goofy.
He's boisterous.
I can see that.
Does he wear the Christmas sweaters during the holidays?
He wears sweaters.
Yeah.
But I mean, but I don't know. It's just, and I don't know. It's just the family atmosphere and stuff. It's just,
fun.
I love the mishaps and it's just all slapstick.
Well, man, your
fun.
family keeps everything really fun.
Lighthearted.
Your family at Christmas, and everybody's fun, having a good
and,
time.
you know,
I always try to spend time with your family at Christmas. Yeah,
and that's the way my family is.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't know, that film is always, I love that film, and that's one I try to watch during
It's
Christmas.
amazing, man.
That's one of my favorites.
I love the Grinch cartoon, the original.
Oh, Lord.
That's one
absolutely.
that, if it's on, you know, you're clicking around, I have to watch it.
Yeah, me too.
The
Boris Karloff,
that voice.
Oh, man.
It's a great story, of
because
course.
his voice was very seasoned then. You know, he was late in life then, and I mean, it just. I mean, it's amazing.
It's so warm.
So amazing.
The Who's, like how unique that was.
Yeah.
That world was. The way the drawing, the animation was just so awesome.
That, and then we also have to mention Charlie Brown Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Those are two. And Rudolph. I mean, those
I love
are just so amazing.
That's great. Bring that.
Yeah.
I love that animation.
That animation's awesome.
It's kind of part stop motion, part claymation.
So amazing, man.
Looks amazing.
Such
to this
classic,
day.
Yeah, it really
looks
does.
great. When Santa takes off, it just looks so great.
It still looks great.
Did they put that on Blu-ray? I think they did.
I think it is.
I'm curious to how that looks.
Yeah.
I like one called Santa Claus.
Is Santa Claus coming to town?
No. It's just Santa Claus with the guy who played the Big Lebowski and.
Yes, where it has the homeless kid.
Yeah, that's one I like.
It's a great film, man. No, it's live action movie. It's a great film.
It's a good Christmas movie.
I agree. Yeah, I grew up with that.
I grew up with that one too.
It's really, really good.
And like Dudley Moore plays the head elf.
Yeah, he's the head elf.
You ever seen that? Oh,
dude, you got to see it. Man.
It's a good one.
It's another feel-good film.
It is.
Yeah,
it really is.
It's over the top, and it's all like making Santa be real. You know, like what if Santa
and the quality of it has this like film stock style. It still does because it's an older movie.
And guys, one that we have to mention, Miracle on 34th Street. I mean, we have to mention.
Oh, that's a good. That's a one played constantly.
Yeah.
I like that.
I just got another one hit me.
Yeah,
a more modern film. Jingle All the Way.
Yeah.
This is this cast.
Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, who we love.
Yeah.
Consider it the voice. Sinbad.
Yeah.
I'm actually a big fan of his stand-up. Like, I like Sinbad.
Yeah,
and the late, great Phil Hartman.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Phil Hartman's
amazing.
And the cool thing about that movie is, like, being from retail, it's about the hot toy.
Yeah.
And what was Turbo Man?
Turbo Man.
Yeah, it was.
And I worked during the whole Tickle Me Elmo craze.
Oh, gosh.
Years ago, which I literally saw people, like, throw down over it.
Is it the same style?
Yeah. So, like, having seeing a film about the retail aspect of Christmas is cheesy as hell.
But it's fun.
But it's fun.
Yeah.
It just hit me while you guys were talking.
That's a great
Jingle
one,
All
too.
the Way.
I like that.
I mean, what a random cast that is.
Yeah.
You know?
And what about well, it's kind of going back. This is definitely going back to horror, but Tales from the Crypt.
Oh yeah.
One of the first ones. We have to mention this. The very first episode, the Santa Claus one, where what's his name? What's his name that plays it? He played Dr. Giggles.
26 is gonna what's his name? He's in Dark Knight
Jesus Christ. Yes.
I don't know. I don't know the
26 is your watching.
It's amazing.
And great points. Great
but I mean, I know that it's kind of random when we kind of move away from horror, but we have to
still
mention
a Christmas
that.
movie.
It's a serial killer that dresses up like he escapes. He dresses up as Santa. It is the very first episode of Tales from the Crypt, wasn't it? Yeah.
Wow,
it's amazing.
I didn't know that. The Crypt Keeper's all like naughty or nice. Like,
it's absolutely incredible.
And not that brings up horror. Another one that I need to mention. I would have been pissed when we were done. It's Don't Open Till Christmas. This one.
I've never seen it.
That's
never seen
awesome.
it.
Good.
Yeah.
It actually just recently got a official release in the States. Really grimy, dark, seedy killer in England, I believe, is the setting.
Where slasher film?
Yeah. Essentially, yeah. Really, really good film.
I'll look that up.
Really.
Sounds
awesome. Recommended that one. It just hit me.
I need to see it.
Gotta see that. I would have been pissed if we didn't mention that one.
So, is there any other ones that we should talk about?
I think we covered.
Well, the Santa Claus also with Tim Allen.
Oh yeah, that's good.
I like that.
That's fun.
It's
a fun one. Yeah,
it's fun. I mean, I always remember when it came out. I remember watching that. Yeah. Even now, when it's on TV, I mean, I turn it on and I watch it.
And even when
Frosty the Snowman,
Santa Claus coming to town. I mean, all those are great. When they're on TV, you have to watch them.
It's all those 1960s.
It really
which
is.
still are classic.
Oh yeah, they aged well.
I saw them when I was a kid.
So great.
Yeah,
the animation is
it really is, man.
Yeah,
you just can't top that.
In the spirit.
That claymation.
Because even though it's fake, it really exists, and they were really doing it. It's not like CG where it's just like something in a computer or something like that. Like this is something somebody
made.
It just seems it's just there's something to it, man. When it's really there, you know, and it was really formed and molded and changed and
that makes it mean more.
Yeah, I think it does. I mean, like if you look at Rudolph, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Frosty Snowman. I mean, oh man, just the atmosphere in those and the feeling of those films are just so great.
And
it comes to us growing up with them.
None of it's like
our parents grew up with them too.
Yeah,
I'm sure we'll carry it on to our kids.
Right? Yeah,
like Andrew loves Rudolph. He loves
my daughter as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, they're timeless films that will carry on.
They've aged,
and they're not
so well.
They're not preachy either.
No, I don't like that either.
One more we have to mention: Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't know if you guys like that film at all.
Yeah,
I haven't seen.
And it kind of combines kind of like Halloween and Christmas.
Yeah,
you can watch it both times.
You can, it's like you can carry it on through that whole season.
It's a great film. There's another TV thing just to mention this while we're at it. I know they've made ones after this. I think they've made DVDs of this. It's called the Yule Log, and it's just. Fireplace being filmed and then Christmas music plays over the fireplace. I don't know if you've ever seen those available.
Yeah,
those like generic DVDs that are sold.
I actually have a Blu-ray like that, but it never worked. It doesn't work. Yeah, it's kind of.
I've heard of that.
From my childhood, there was a station on New York City called WPIX back in the '80s when I grew up, and it was a station in New York City, and we got it in the Western New York area. And every Christmas, like the week before Christmas, all day, every day, they played this Yule Log. With just Christmas carols being played,
That's
just
awesome.
like a scene from a fireplace.
That's nice.
And we taped it on our VHS, VCR back in the day, like 6 hours worth of it.
Oh.
And every year we'd watch it. And the cool thing is I still have the tape.
Oh, that's awesome.
I used to watch it with my mom, who isn't with us anymore, but like that was a big childhood
memory.
And I still have the fucking tape.
That's
awesome. It says on it Christmas tape, and it has like 6 hours of this.
That's
so like
great.
to this
That's
day,
awesome.
Hope and I will watch it, and it's like this, tracking always gets like during while you watch it, auto tracking comes on. It starts to skip, but it's like, and I know exactly which song comes next because it's like
ingrained.
I could like predict. I'll be like, Jingle Bells next, and then it started. It's one of those things, childhood, and the fact that I still have the tape. It's probably a 20-year-old tape.
That's great.
It's like just one of those.
It's that nostalgia factor, and that's for all these films too.
Yeah.
Nostalgia.
Yeah.
It's just like it takes you back to the
friends, family, and gifts.
That's so important, I mean,
it is.
It really is.
Cherishes memories.
I love that stuff. That stuff in my head, ingrained there, and that's why I love to go back to everything and watch those and
it's always great to watch all these films at Christmas time. I mean, I'm sure most of you have heard of all these films, but we just figured we would do a little talk, a little chat. Halloween, Christmas season, and everybody might enjoy this.
We got a little sentimental.
Yeah.
We're a little buzzed and
It's a good time.
We're always talking about those horror films. And
it's nice to go off the beaten
Christmas
path.
films. Yeah.
While going to horror films at the Christmas horror.
So
films.
we hope everybody is having a Merry Christmas. I know we are.
A Black Christmas.
Yes.
I hope you're having a Black Christmas.
Black Christmas.
And Christmas charge to everybody.
Christmas charge.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. And a Happy New Year.